Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first webinar of this following season 24-25 of la Universidad Europea de Valencia. My name is Carmen Lozano. I'm a new student's advisor from university, and it's both an honor and a pleasure for me to welcome you all to this open international session for our first international students, which aims to shed light upon our bachelor's degrees, some of them taught 100% in English. So first of all, just to put the focus at our university, at who we are and what do we do, please let me introduce us with the following video.
¿Te has preguntado qué hay más allá de esas cuatro paredes? Ingeniera, no está mal. Y más allá de todas esas preguntas que siempre te haces. Javi, me dejas sin palabras. La respuesta está solo a un paso. Universidad Europea. Ve más allá.
So, as you may see, and some of you, I guess, know already, we landed in 1989 with our main campus in Madrid. After all, we never stopped growing. So in 1995, we started our second adventure in Valencia. So where we have 3 different boutique campus. Now you're seeing at the screen our new and biggest campus at Valencia City, which is our new Turia campus. I'm gonna put another pictures for you guys. See how beautiful, how new, and how gorgeous it is. But we are also located in Canary Island with another boutique campus just in the center of Tenerife, and also in Alicante. Let me put here. Where we landed just last year. I always like to say that Alicante is like the Valencia's little sister campus of Universidad Europea. So once again, let me please introduce us with our Valencia world, with our campus, with our urban campus in the city. So, have you already seen we are so well located just in the heart of the city with more than 10,000 square meters along the Turia River. Now we are with 3 different campus, the city. And as I mentioned before, we are happy to landed last year our new campus in Alicante. We started in Alicante with health sciences programs, so it's really focused in that area, and it's a building with a lot of light, with many green areas, and just a 10 meters walking from the closest beach. So it's a great opportunity for all of you who wanted to live here in Spain and who are looking for good weather, good people, good food, and all the stuff that we want to talk later. Before all of that, first of all, let me show you our Alicante campus. All right. So let's talk now about numbers. You know that studying at Universidad Europea is not just a place where you will attend classes, but a platform for you to spring into the real world with a more digitalized and globalized mentality. That's why we aim and we always boast our internationality. That's why half of our students come from more than 60 different countries worldwide. And that's why also we have boast and we have signed more than 300 different agreements around the world. More of that, 90% of or more of 5,000 students secure her first employment within their first year of graduating. So that's a great news on behalf of university, and it's something that we always like to point out because I know we all know that it's really important for all. So in this continuing with well, you can see now more different numbers, all the international agreements that we have signed these past years, and also the positive reviews for all of our students. And I was talking about the employment. We know that employability, I mentioned already that it's so important for you all, which is why we strive to bring you as close as possible to the professional world from day one. We have signed, as you can see, some examples of big multinationals and companies around the world. For example, Airbus, Amazon, DHL. So, where you, as a student, will get that practical experience working hand in hand with a reputable professionals of your field, being that a CEO, or dentist, or lawyer, psychologist, just to mention some examples. And of course, I was talking that not everything is going to be about studying. We also offer you different services that maybe not, but maybe you will need being a student at university. For example, the professional career program or volunteer program, workshops, study guidance, or the awareness of diversity. Anything, any service, anything you need from us, just be free, please, to tell us, because we are always aware and prepared to attend any circumstance that you may feel. And of course, we cannot forget our clubs. We are the university with more different number of clubs in the community, and also one of the universities with more different clubs in the whole country. You can see in the screen some examples. For example, running club or the gamers club, just to mention some of them. After with when we start to talk about the different knowledge areas and or different degrees, we will also point out our different clubs depending of the area of knowledge. But also we have funny clubs that are not academic, as the one you can see on the screen, the sports clubs or gamers clubs that I mentioned already. And of course, we also offer you different workshops, conference, volunteer programs, extracurricular practices. That's what we talk the School of Life. So finally, the message I want you to get from me is that we are a really practical university. We have that strong practical approach since day one. So our leitmotif is always the learning by doing. Of course, you will need to study, but we are really modern university in that way. So you can see it. Well, you can now see some different clubs. I just disappear. But yeah, I was talking about that practical approach. It's always plasm, always getting real within our academic model. So you can see that between all the overall, we are that a large portion of our degree are spent outside the traditional classrooms, within our own campus laboratories, workshops, simulation zones, as well as in real life professional settings. Being, just to put few examples, an Airbus factory, a physical therapy clinic, a hospital, or a multinational company. So students will also enjoy our pioneer facilities where they will carry out coursework in environments that recreate professional spaces with the highest precision. These spaces are accessible even outside class hours so that you can continue practicing and polishing your skills as much as needed. These environments also allow you to learn in a safe way as a preliminary step to professional internships. And fortunately, we have more than 300, as I say 2 times, I think, with companies for you to carry out your internships. Also, it's really important to point out that 80% more or less of of our professors are also professionals within their fields. So you always will have a close link to the professional world. That's something that it's really important and it's really different from another universities. All right, now it's time to start talking over faculties. You can see that we are divided our presentation in our 3 different faculties, being that the health science faculty, social sciences, and the School of Science, Engineering, and Design for our science students. So let's start with our health sciences faculty, or most popular probably. You can see all our degrees that we offer you, but please note that all of these degrees are available in Valencia. In Alicante, we have also dentistry. We have same in Spanish, odontología. We have also psychology in English and psicología in Spanish. We have also fisioterapia. And finally, we have enfermería. So in English, we will have psychology and dentistry. In Valencia, we have that too, and also biotechnology in English. I imagine that our public that is watching us this afternoon, it's more interested in our English degree. So I'm going to put the focus in our English degrees. But please let me know if you want me to talk about any other degree offered in Spanish. All right. And continue with that. I just want you to feel free also to ask anything you want, any doubt you may have, and all that you want to comment. So please remember that we have our live chat just down the presentation, and I will be glad to answer and to help you in anything and everything that is in my hand. So please, once again, ask and comment anything you need, anything you want to know. All right, we're starting with our most popular probably degree in our university in Valencia and Alicante, which is our bachelor's degree in dentistry. First, I would like to point out is that students, well, you can see some examples of our facilities or simulated hospital or different examples of students making practices in our facilities. Okay, let's stop here. Students will learn with the latest technologies, such as the smart lab. I think we have, an example over there in the screen. In the smart lab, they will employ the unique virtual techniques with the virtual reality simulators. So they will experience sensations almost identical to those they will felt after with real patients. From the very beginning, students will acquire the necessary skills and abilities for all the patient care. This is really important because we are. This is really important because we are always putting the students or students in first place with all the facilities that we have. So after of that, they will feel real, like a real dentist. Let me put another video showing that showing that all the things that I'm telling you in a video. Well, this is just was a really short video, but I think it's enough for you to imagine what I mean when I say that we have that really strong practical approach. You've seen OM before in our video of Alicante, and with the students making practices, it's same method and same academic model and same way to study. Oh, sorry. Let's back again to, all right, here. All right, now it's time to our bachelor's degree in psychology. Within our bachelor's degree in psychology, you will gain a deep understanding of human behavior to help improve society. Our degree has a strong practical approach. Same happened with all our degrees. Since from third year, in this case, you will carry out internships and in external centers, and you will learn all about the clinical practice with real patient institutions and psychology clinics. But also from our first year, you will do that kind of internships inside campus. We work with actors and actresses that recreate real scenes that you will feel as a professional after. These kind of situations, you will recreate that as a student from your first year here in college, in campus. So all in all, you will complete more than 600 hours of internships, after which you will feel 100% comfortable treating and diagnosing patients in real life settings. And finally, let's touch upon our bachelor's degree in biotechnology. I always say that biotechnology is the bio degree with more different kind of possibly works in the future, if we can say that, because you will learn all about the pharmaceutical industry at large, as well as the latest technological advances in bioscience. And thanks to our innovative curriculum, you will acquire the skills needed to develop and improve the design of, for example, new drugs, food products, the clothes material. So it's a really multidisciplinary degree for those who like to invest and to like the laboratory life, but with many different ways and possible ways to look out for the future. So it's really interesting. The rest of our degrees, as I tell you before, guys, are offered in Spanish. Okay, so these three that I just explained will conclude all the degrees taught in English from our Faculty of Health Sciences. Now it's time to talk about our social science faculty. Okay, let's start with the business area. In social science faculty, we divide or we separate between the law area and the business area. And well, also we have the communication area too that we will talk also. So starting from our business area programs, we offer you in Valencia campus, in our Valencia campus, our business management degree, business management and entrepreneurship, which is full English, and also our degree in marketing. We also offer a double degree in business and marketing in English. And also we have our business degree in administration and law and tourism and leisure management. Making a recap of all of that, we can say that the degrees we offer full English are business management degree, marketing degree, and tourism and leisure management, which will be more bilingual, not full English, but more English than in Spanish. So starting with our degree in business management, one of our most popular, we can say that is a 4-year program. Kindly note, please, that all our programs are 4-year program. All of our degrees are 4-year program, with the exception of dentistry and all of our double degrees, which are 5-year programs. Okay, the rest are 4-year program all. So business management, it's designed to equip you with the skills to lead in the ever-changing business world. Business management and entrepreneurship degree includes subjects such as economics, strategic management, or human resource management, just to mention some of them. All of these will give you skills such communication, leadership, teamwork, so you'll be able to adapt to all sorts of professional environments. It's a clear degree, recommended, highly recommend, I will say, for those that like the business world and know English. Is a perfect program for them. But if you prefer, for example, something related but not similar, we can recommend you our degree in marketing. With our degree in marketing, you will receive comprehensive training in all the key aspects of the new forms of digital marketing. So you will study topics that include consumer or value propositions, technological innovation, of course, and all business processes and communication. Another degree highly recommended for those who like all the technological thing, social media, and the communication also, but in a technological way, probably. It's a good option for them. Notice once again that we have also our double degree of marketing and business management. And okay, let's now point out in our tourism and leisure management, one of my favorites degrees. Our degree in tourism and leisure management also includes subjects related to the business world. It's not a typical tourism degree. We offer you the management of the all the business and tourism world, but also every time related with the business area. So it's not a double degree, but we can say that it has a huge portion of of business tourism degree. Okay, so with this degree you will be able to lead the strategic management of any company in the tourism sector, from hotel administration or travel management and leading businesses in the industry. So from day one you will work also in real cases, and throughout the degree you will complete internships and work placements at leading companies in the sector, ensuring your skills are up to date when you begin your job search. Highly recommend for those who like to travel, who like to experiences, who like also, and of course, languages, and who like the leisure sector. Now, it's okay. You can say here some highlights of different activities that we made with our students from our social science faculty of, in that specific case, with our business students. For example, the entrepreneurship club, as I was mentioned before, it's one of the business area clubs, or sustainable clinic, or entrepreneurship hackathon, where you will travel and you will experience with another students from another different parts and other universities a competition of the business world, or the different agreements with leader companies. And now it's time to talk about legal and communication area. It happens some similar as the business area. We can you see all our academic offer on screen, but not every degree it's offering in English and Spanish. So I will explain to you our different English degrees. Just let me 1 second, please. All right. Let's start talking about our degree in international relations. Notice that we also offer this degree with law, so you will be able to choose between our law and international relationships program, or just our international relations degree. The double degree aims to train professionals in the legal and diplomatic area, but of course, and obviously, with a multidisciplinary training. So you will become a global professional in the legal, political, and diplomatic fields. But if you would prefer, for example, just the simple degree in international relations, you will become also an expert in diplomacy and will gain a firm understanding of how sovereign states, NGOs, interest groups, banks, and other entities communicate with each other, all from an international, political, economic, social, and legal perspective. So if you envision yourself participating in internships within the United Nations, the European Union, or just collaborating in Spanish diplomatic mission abroad, perhaps this bachelor's degree is for you. And finally, we have our translation and intercultural communication degree. The rest of degrees that you are seeing on the screen are offered in Spanish. You can see because every degree is marked with an ES or an EN. Noticing that our English degrees, or if it's, sorry, our English degree or Spanish degree. Once again, kindly note please that almost all of our English degrees are full English, with the exception of in international relations, which is bilingual, more English than Spanish, but also you will have French or German as a second and third language in the degree, and also the translation and intercultural communication. Your first language will be English, but second would be French, probably, and third one of your choice. Okay? The rest of our English degrees are full English. Okay, so I was starting to talk about our translation degree. This degree provides students the necessary skills to work in different environments also. For example, the audiovisual world or the literary world as a traditional translation, we can say, or being a real translator in an NGO or in United Nations. You will experience how it's being an international interpreter in our interpretation booths that we offer in Valencia. You've already could see it in the video of our faculties. This bilingual degree is highly recommend for those who like languages and maybe are not so decide or so focusing what to study, but they know are sure about they like languages. So it's quite recommend for that. And finally, we have our, well, you can see the highlights of this faculty. Sorry, I was going further than the presentation. You can see on the screen, for example, that we boast our legal clinic, or we have a criminalistic workshops, different legal clubs as the criminal one, criminology, sorry, or for example, the legal and the discussing club, so translation booths, so you can see also on the screen. And finally, we have our science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics faculty, or STEAM faculty. Please notice that all offer in this of this area is in Spanish. It is true that our data science program, Ciencia de Datos, includes since third year the program in English. So we can consider this degree bilingual too. But the rest of our offer here, it's offer, sorry, again, in Spanish. Okay, so in this faculty we have data science degree, physics degree, or graphic design and creative technologies degree, also our degree of industrial management, engineering, business administration double degree, or just or industrial management engineering as a simple degree. And finally, we have our degree in physics and data science, another double degree, one of our most popular and highly demanded right now. Let's see the highlights of the engineering and technology and data science faculty. So once again, you can see some of our different activities that we make with our students every year. For example, the SIM Awards with the YOU, the entrepreneurship hackathon that students make with business students. It's a way to foment the multidisciplinary knowledge and learn, mixing our students as much as possible and making a one brand university in all the ways, or Fab Lab. Also, for this faculty, we have different and specific laboratories for each degree. Okay, guys, we have already finished with this to talk about our academic offer. I hope all this information will and have been helpful for you. I don't know if we have questions, okay? 4 questions right now. At the end of the presentation, we will open the floor to a Q&A, okay? So in the meanwhile, just feel free to continue asking, and once I finish, I will start answering every question. Don't worry about that, okay? Now it's time to talk about our admission process. First of all, I would like to mention that the application window will be open and following week, just at 1st of October. So we encourage all you to participate. First step will be to establish contact with one of our advisors, who will be your contact throughout the admission process. We will assign you an advisor that is a true expert in the degree of your choice, answering anything any questions you may have, and everything you need to know, and providing you and your family a campus tour of our installations if demanded. Your advisor we will give you access to your pre-student portal, and will send to you your online admissions test, which, as you may seen before after, consists of one professional skills and abilities test, which will evaluate, for example, how you work in group, how you make decisions, your level of empathy or self-motivation. So it's a more physical, technical test, soft skills test, actually. So you will need to do also a written interview comprised of 5 questions, in which you will need to respond as honestly and detailed as possible. And lastly, all students, regardless of any previous official language certificates they may have, will need to take a Spanish level exam and an English level exam too. These are 50 minutes in duration and contain a grammar, listening, and reading section. Kindly note that if your maternal language is either Spanish or English, you will not need to take that specific test. Now we can see all that I just mentioned, okay? So the admission process will be comprised of these 3 different tests: the motivational interview, skill and abilities test, and the language test. All right, let's go back on the presentation. So upon completing your online admissions test, our selection committee will evaluate your results, and within about 48 hours, relay your admission status to your advisor, who will in touch with you as soon as possible. And if admitted and Universidad Europea is the right fit for you, your next step will be to reserve your place within your pre-student portal. This will guarantee your spot within your bachelor's degree. We will allow you to proceed forward with your registration process, will permit you to apply for scholarships, and of course, will provide you peace of mind knowing that you are officially off to university in the fall of 2024, 25 in this case. There are a limit number of spaces per degree, so again, it's my recommendation to avoid to wait uh, uh, to avoid waiting, until last minute. Come to bring you, just let you this picture 2 seconds, and not to miss the 3 different proofs. And finally, talking about of scholarships, kindly note that within our web page, you would find the numerous and different scholarships offer you. Just ask your advisor for all of them. And lastly, I would like to point out that for all incoming students for next year, we always open our application window with 50% off discount in the reservation fee. So this discount applies to all of the aforementioned degrees, with the exception of dentistry, enfermería, and odontología. For the rest of our degrees, you will be benefited by this discount. All right, that will conclude our admission process system, and I would like now to touch briefly upon the experience of living in Spain, concretely how is to live in the Mediterranean in Valencia and Alicante. First of all, let me show you a video of how would be a welcome day with us in Valencia.
Welcome to Universidad Europea de Valencia. Today we are going to introduce you to the people that will help you, that will support you, and that will make sure that you have fun at the university too.
Estoy contenta, tenía muchas ganas de tener el primer contacto. Quiero aprender, conocer a gente nueva, voy con un amigo también, socializar, vida universitaria, todo lo que mola.
Je suis content et rassuré des informations qu'on a pu avoir. L'encadrement, l'académie, elle a l'air vraiment sympa. Ça nous donne envie de nous lancer dans la fac et dans notre domaine.
So, living in Valencia is surely inviolable. In fact, Forbes magazine have named best city in the world 2 times. This past year was in 3rd place. Alicante was in 2nd place. So both cities are a great option for you to live, guys. I always tell that I mentioned before talking about our 2 campus. It happens for me the same with 2 cities. Like Alicante is like a little sister, like Valencia's little sister. So independent of what city you will choose, for sure it would be a great option to live. Let's start with Valencia. It's a warm, laid-back character, green nature, and affordability make the city one of the most attractive destinations. You can see some pictures of how beautiful city it is. In fact, it was recognized as the best city for foreign residents in the world in 2020 and has validated that title the following years. Valencia never stands still, implementing ecological and urban mobility initiatives such as new bike paths and extremely efficient public transportation system. It's not surprised that Valencia has earned the title also of World Design Capital for 2022. You will be able to enjoy the best paella you've ever had, and the variety of the gastronomy and flavors is going to steal your heart. One of the main reasons, of course, that expats choose Valencia as their destination, it's warm Mediterranean weather with more than 300 days of summer year. Same happens with Alicante. It's a real good place, a great place to stay. I'm now at Alicante office and I'm like that. So it's summer still summer. We have temperatures that are never under 10 degrees in winter and never over 30 5 in summer. So the temperature of a whole year was about 20 degrees. Have more than 300, I repeat, sunny days by year. And also, it's 2 hours from Madrid in train, Alicante train or car, and 3 hours to Barcelona. And what can we say of Alicante? It's a city that is overlooking the sea with many different mountains and the most beautiful beaches in the country to be. Really multicultural and affordable city as Valencia, and with same nice weather, same nice people, a little smaller, but nicest is Valencia. So, talking about the practical services you need to know, notice that your advisor will send you any practical information you will need to have. But for now, you can see, and we are going to point out the three basic things and services maybe you want to know. Let's start with the accommodation, of course. One of the questions that is repeated over again for your international students. It's an obvious thing. Where do I search for the accommodation in Valencia? We always recommend our two most known and closest residents from university. You can see are the first two that you're seeing on the screen. La Concepción and Marina Real, two residents. Both are located so close from our campus. One is 5 minutes walking and another one is 10. So both are really good options with individual studio settings and all the services and the facilities you need to know. And if you prefer to look in something by your own, just you can find different accommodations in the website list that you're seeing right now. This streaming will be recorded, so you will be able to access any time you want. So don't worry if you have not captured the addresses of the websites. Our advisors also have the same list that we will send to you, and it's not a problem. And accommodation in Alicante is similar to Valencia. Websites are the same, and the residents that we usually recommend are, I'm going to point out in our best two, with the majority of our students go, that are Mi Campus Alicante and Villa Universitaria. Both of them offer you a direct transportation from the residence to the campus and going back. So it's the easiest option and more comfortable. So both residents offer swimming pools, sports zones, library, cinema room, of course, all the food services, clean services, as you've been in a hotel, so you will feel really good for sure. And about the health insurance, there are various options at your disposal. However, according to the prices, coverage, and quality of doctors and healthcare staff, we always recommend Nueva Mutua Sanitaria, whose contact information you will find on the screen right now. And lastly, regarding your student visa, one of the questions usually worry you the most, we will provide you the documentation needed to file for your visa through the Spanish embassy or consulate in your home country. Once I've confirmed your place and paid your reservation fee for the upcoming academic year. All right. I think now we're ready to ask all the questions. We finished our presentation, but finally, as a future UE student, please let me put our last video showing how is a graduation day with us. Hola, soy María.
Soy Alex Larrubia.
Soy Raúl. Buenas, mi nombre es Javier González.
We will now open the floor for Q&A. So within the live chat, you are free to ask us any questions you may have about its degree, admissions process, or campus, how is living in Spain, or anything you need to know. Please kindly note that if you have any left question that I cannot answer or we are running out of time, or advisor of my colleagues will contact you in the following days and will answer anything you need to know, okay? Let's start with Arabau Asok, who asks, can you please tell about the placements after sports management course from UE Real Madrid College? So we start with a really difficult question for me because our Real Madrid school is in Madrid, and it's another campus, so another colleagues with another streaming videos will answer you these kind of questions. As long as I'm not in Madrid and it's like not my knowledge area, I cannot actually, so sorry, but I cannot help you a lot with that. I know for sure that the Real Madrid school has their own facilities to train, so it won't have a problem at all to get placements to do sports, because in our campus in Madrid also we have many different field areas, huge areas, in fact, to do any sports of your choice. Football, of course. But I don't know if you mean that, or you are referring to another thing. In this case, please tell me your question and my colleagues will contact you from Madrid and will answer you any question of that, okay? Let's continue with Julia. Julia Gostak asked, did I understand it right that physiotherapy is not available? No, Julia, physiotherapy is available in both our campus in Valencia and Alicante as well, but is not available in English. We offer in Spanish. So it's mandatory if you want to study physiotherapy with us that know at least the enough level to to make the classes. That's all. But we offer physiotherapy, of course, yes. Lisa Garrido asks, could you talk about the double degree in psychology and criminology, please? Okay, of course, Lisa. Our double degree in psychology and criminology is a 5-year program offered in Spanish in our Valencia campus, okay? It has a huge comprehension of all the criminalistic thing, mixing with the the knowledge that a professional needs to know to get inside the mind of the um, with of a people who are arrested in that case. It has a real penal approximation. I don't know if I'm saying correctly, but it's one of our most demanded degrees in Valencia. It's only offered in our Valencia campus, this double degree. And it's for that students that are really interested in all the investment, the investigation, the police investigation, and the criminalistic thing, but with that plus that knowledge from a psychology that is needed. Ariana Tasca asks, could you explain if in the faculty double bachelor's degree in law and international relations students study international law or the Spanish one? Good question. This is a really good question. So you will learn about international law. So you will have subjects of international law, like public international law, private international law. Yes, and another subjects of the international and the diplomatic field, but you will also as you will have the double degree, the double diploma, you will learn everything about the Spanish law. You will learn a lot of international law because of the international relation program and because the Spanish law includes subjects of international law. I don't know if I'm explaining good, but you will learn all international of the Spanish law. So the title of law will be the Spanish law. Okay? I hope I'm explaining good. It's a 5-year program also, a bilingual program. Maya, hello Maya. Welcome and welcome all you guys. I'm so glad that you are making questions. So Maya asks, are there any scholarships offered? If yes, how much will the tuition fee with applied scholarship? Okay. We have, as I mentioned before, many different scholarships. Most of them are required to apply for them once you have made your reservation fee. So usually it's mandatory that for you to make the reservation fee before apply the scholarship. Independent of all, we starting offer for all of our students the 50% off in the reservation fee. So the reservation fee usually it depends of the degree of your choice, but usually it's about 1,200 euro. With the discount we offer you, because you are making an early bird with reservating so early, the tuition fee will be 600 euro instead the 1,200. Okay, so you would be benefit of this 50% off. But the scholarships are applied not over the reservation fee, but the rest of the payment you need to do along the year, month by month. So in this case, putting the focus on that, you need to be attent and ask to our advisors and research in our website about the different scholarships, the requisites, and then the timing to apply for them. All right, because we have, for example, a scholarship depending of your marks. If you're a good student, you have a lot of probabilities to get a scholarship because of your marks, of your high school marks. We also have another scholarship for elite sport players. If you are making any sport and you're good in that and you're federated, you can be benefit of this scholarship. We have another for our expats or for international students, which is only for international students and require a specific profile, a student with good marks, with a lot of motivation, with different competencies that advisors will evaluate or selection committee will evaluate. So we have many different scholarships that in which you can apply. Okay. Okay, another question from Maya. What is the availability of the on-campus accommodation and how much does it cost? Can I still apply if I never studied Spanish? Okay, the on-campus accommodation. So please, first of all, notice that we don't own any resident or major campus, not in Alicante, not either in Valencia. So the residents I recommend you, mentioned before, are not ours. We always recommend that because our students go there and they are so comfortable there, and we already see the facilities and the services and the personnel that we carry out of you, so we know for sure that are good places, because in other case we never recommend you any residence because it's not ours, but we are sure recommend you the difference because we know for sure that are good. Okay. The accommodation, the availability, sorry, of the accommodation is not really huge, honestly. Usually our students choose always the best rooms of the residents, so and they are highly demand, so I recommend you not to wait long, because usually after Christmas residents start getting a little full, but we always will help you to find a good accommodation for you guys. That shouldn't worry you right now, like we are still in September, we'll have time for that. And how much does it cost? Usually it depends of the services you choose for you. It depends if you prefer to be in an individual room, which usually is the most popular option. And this, in this case, individual rooms are about 1,000 euro, depending of the resident. Are cheaper residents, another one a little expensive or more expensive, but notice that residents always includes all the services, like all the diets, all the food, of course, cleaning, changing sheets, all the facilities that you have there. So, but more or less it's about 1,000. Okay. Can I still apply if I never studied Spanish? This is a good question because I think I didn't explain before, but if you want to study in English, it's not mandatory for you to know Spanish. You will, all of you guys will need to learn Spanish until since your first year, sorry, since your third year of degree, because the practices will be in Spain. So you will need to know about you will need to know about the language if you want to work here after all that. Or but to start the degree is not mandatory to know Spanish if you want to study in English. It would be mandatory to have a good English level. Okay? Spanish won't be mandatory if you want to start in English, to study in English. Ariana asks, thank you for answering me. Do you also know if in international relations there is the possibility to choose Russian as a third language? So I would say no, because at least, what I know at least, last year, first language was English, second was French, and I think German was third language. But 50-60% of the degree is in English. Like, you will have subjects as politics 1, 2, 3, or international law 1, 2, 3. You will have French as a language. So you will start from zero, like basic level. Uh, you will need to have English, but I think Russian is not included in the program. I think it's not available to choose. I think so. Any other question, guys? Let's okay. Have another question from Lila. I'm sorry because I know many times I don't know how to spell. I'm sorry. So the question is there a limit of how many new students can apply for the 24, 25 year? Yeah, of course. We have a limited number of spaces per degree. So that's why I start to do this kind of streamings in September, because our application window will be open from 1st of October, and it's important not to get out so soon of the degree of your choice. Depending of the degree of your choice, we have more or less number of places. But of course, is there a limit? Once we're full, we cannot accept more students, so you will join the waiting list. Okay, so I always recommend you to avoid to wait until last minute. All right, if there are no more questions, students, I only can say to you, thank you. And thank you for being here with me this afternoon. Thank you for joining university, for being with us in our world. Thank you for all the questions, and thank you to my colleague Alex for his detailed video, her technical and professional thing, and for his patience with me always. Students attending evening, choosing a degree and a university is without any doubt one of the most difficult decisions a young person has to make. Therefore, it's my recommendation always to research in detail a wide range of universities, to study their 4-year program, their curriculum, to evaluate their professors and on-campus installations, and take into account the internships they offer, and explore all the extracurricular activities. Because those of us that are a bit older than you can assure that the following years you're about to experience are most beautiful in a person's life, and most exciting chapters probably. So if you envision yourself studying through project-based learning, gaining experience in professional settings, participating in clubs and sport teams, and cultivating lifelong friendships with classmates from all around the world, perhaps the Universidad Europea is the right fit for you. I really hope so. I really hope to meet you here in campus or in Valencia. So, on behalf of the university, thank you so much for connecting with us this evening. Classes will start in September of 2025. Oh my God, We are just starting the classes of 2024, and we hope to see you all around campus. Thank you so much again, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye bye.